Hey guys, welcome back to the close. 45 minutes left in the trading session. Let's have a look at where we stand at the moment. Yeah, nicely positive for North American markets right across the entire board. 0.8 for both the S&P and the Dow. Nasdaq leading still 1.3%. TSX here in Toronto 0.8% as well. Even at the bottom, all of these nicely positive. 0.75, 0.3, 1.8, guys. One of those positive kind of days. We have IPOs to talk about. Tech stocks are moving again. 2% for Apple again today. We have AMD, Sean, off to the races.
Yo, yes, Neil, what's up? Been a long time since I've seen you and been a long time since we've been here live with you guys on the show. But it's 3:15 and welcome to the fastest 45 minutes on YouTube. And we're glad you're joining us. I just tweeted out like, wow, AMD, it's alive. And yeah, are we alive? For sure. We're long now only. Like we haven't been trading this thing all afternoon. We have been busy, but we're going to take a long right now off AMD. I can't believe this is up 6.5%. We talked about it from a swing trade perspective yesterday. We talked about NVIDIA. You guys asked the question, hey, welcome back. Last night, remember, I even wrote them down. Which stocks did we recommend long for swings last night? There it is right there. This is from yesterday's numbers. NVIDIA swings, square swings. So right now, both to the upside. Look at NVIDIA. Wow, Neil, $650. We were just trading this thing at the low 600s yesterday.
Yeah, bye-bye, NVIDIA. And look, we're going to go right back to where we were at the beginning of this show. Well, on the morning show, doing something I was doing a little bit earlier, and it's almost the same trade on Roblox. If you guys were watching this, Roblox was a great long opportunity this morning. You're going to see get a bit of a bottom pick and a couple of downwicks to 75, 50 here, and we do get a massive sort of breakout. I'm sitting there missing like the 77 break all day long. It sort of put on that short hat when it got to the top at 80. We're able to take a bit of a retracement. And then right when I sat down and started to show them, like, this puppy's starting to roll over, let's do that. Let's get that same idea. The only difference is, before I kind of was hoping, holding out hope that you get a bigger break. I'm not even thinking that at all. I'm thinking we're good now at VWAP if we can get there for sure. But these aren't the only names that are moving. I know you guys are watching Coin. There was some good trading this morning. There's no question about it. Like, Coinbase is actually going to be my top stock of the morning. And at the end of the day, it was a lot of good scalp trades, some breakdowns, another breakdown, kind of a nice little scalp to the upside at 330. But you see this order right down here, 320, people. Remember we said if 320 hold last night, we're like, if 320 holds, look out. You can take the close. It was going to be a gap up situation. That's already happened. But we're retesting that higher low. If that goes, got to short it, look towards that 310 that we watched from yesterday's action. As far as today's IPOs go, not looking too good so far. And next trade, I'm sure, is going to be this Coinbase. Well, is likely to be Coinbase through 320. But we get to those two, neither one look very good.
Yeah, we're laughing at that point. We did write down again. I don't have a new list, but this is the Coinbase. It's right there on the top. Support 320. So Neil just went over that one. Okay, so we're averaging into AMD. I'm going to use 83 as a bottom. And I'm just a shout out to everybody that's in this AMD trade. It's been a good one for anybody today, but we did have a couple times where we've dipped down, right? The first time we dipped down into this 40 area, that's why we went long right here off of this support. And then, I mean, support broken, but we still went long. And then right here again, we're into this area where I'm trying to get more shares in the teens on AMD. And the reason why, again, we're up 5%, NVIDIA's still ripping, we're up 6%. The NASDAQ, I mean, it made a high, but I really feel like we could be bottoming here. I don't expect to test even down here, 13,975. We'll see if it does, but I'm gonna be a bull here in the afternoon and then just wait for AMD to get going, but that's my long position right now. I have a couple on board still. Pay safe. I told you I'd wait for this break of 14. It's happened, and I got out of half a long time ago, and then I just held it. I'm not worried about it, but it's not working out. That's pay safe. And then the other one, of course, you know, I wouldn't be me if I wasn't trading Palantir. So we go long through 23 right here. We're holding out. It rips up to 40. And then right now we're just getting out as we're noticing that it's not getting back to VWAP. So we let all of this happen, and then we just sat back down 2 o'clock or so, I guess, got back in there 23 and let this go to the upside. So I'm still a bull on Palantir as well, as we're seeing if the NASDAQ wants to go. Palantir's had huge runs in the afternoon. You guys saw that the last couple of days. So hopefully that can happen there. Not here the day before that.
Yeah, and look, I see some people in the chat there. AMC, yeah, we'll have a quick look at AMC. Trying to get back to 10. Look, there was a failed break this morning. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you got caught in that, you know, hopefully you took some scalp profits off, but lower highs all the way through. holds the pre-market low, so champion job done at 960. And then it just made this breakout, and it just happened right at 3 o'clock. You get the bust up at VWAP, really it's breaking that consolidation, and then it's key. Can we hold this like 980 area? And if it does, I think we get that push to 10 that you guys are looking for. Just watch, the market's headed to the southbound here, and I'm still, look, Coinbase is scalp traded 320 short no matter what, but I want to see if we can't get a little bit of a dip buy on AMC, participate in this. Otherwise, we're waiting around for a 10 break.
Like, so Brendan, I don't know what just happened there. Did something just happen to Palantir? Because this just, I don't know. I was just talking about it and it was completely fine. I don't see anything in the futures. I don't see anything right now happening. That was just, I mean, was that a break of something like so insignificant there that mattered? 23, I don't know. It tanked all the way down. We tried to pick some up lower. We didn't, but we did get some 01s here, or 02s.
Yeah,
so
I mean, whatever.
Let's see what happens now. Back to the upside. We just went back long there on Palantir. So let's hope that goes back up. No idea what just happened there, but our position just went out of the money decently there. What's up, B?
Just seeing, this was, what was this, 216, so this was an hour ago, but there was this headline here this afternoon, guys. Something about a partnership with the U.S. Army ground station modernization. So I'll read through this, but Clarify teaming up, it's an AI company, Clarify teaming up with Palantir on that U.S. Army deal that looks like we talked about going back a couple of weeks ago, guys.
I don't know, man. I see a snapshot like that, and a lot of times I'm like, unless something really just dropped on it, let's see if there isn't a scalp trade to be had. I mean, it's 23 even as well. So I took a quick little shot at it. Maybe give it back to that pullback at 22.90. So I add that one to the toolbox. I got one long, got the short position on. I was also going to cover Neo here, guys. We talked about AMC, and hopefully we can get into that position as well. But looking at NIO, look, it's been a week all morning. It's about to, well, it's trying to roll over. On the morning show, and I sort of talked about this, first offense at 35, but let it break that 35. There was a 34.60 level. I'm sitting there in a meeting like a chump when it actually gives you the better test. So I'm flatting what was a decent long that we had earlier off of 35, only getting up like 25, 30 cents. I'm flatting that, heading into a meeting, and then it breaks down. I think it's rolling over at this particular point, especially if the market's going to head to the downside. So as much as I picked up Palantir long, I am looking right here at the Neo, like quick little scalp short if it breaks down through this 35.35.
Yeah, this AMD took a dump as well. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's the same time. Like, somebody just sold. Like, that was strange. I'm wondering if there's other action here at like 318. What caused that? Because AMD, I don't know if that's real or not, but they might have gone down there too on that move. So we're longer now, and we're going to wait to see. I'm going to use my stop down here, 82.75, 82.70 basically, as we'll just continue to average. And my average price is 83.19. So, oops, get that out of there. So we're not too far away, but I'm on the bid to get longer here. Maybe that was just a flush in the NASDAQ, but that was kind of a nasty move. I was not expecting that. So that's AMD. Let's see if the same thing happened on NVIDIA at that time as well. No, not really. Here's 318 right here. I don't see anything happening. So I did make a dip down. But okay, now NVIDIA's giving this back. We were just up almost 7% on NVIDIA at its high, and now you're giving everything back as the NASDAQ looking to collapse a little bit. So we'll watch out for our Palantir and our AMD. We will have that on board. AMC, I know, Neil, you talked about that already, but that was a good trade for me today early as we did fade off that 10. You can see here, if I zoom this out, these are the shorts that we had earlier on, and we did cover in the 70s. It did go as low as the 60s here, but you're right at that VWAP spot again. This is just another short opportunity for me, I think, anyways, through 990. So this is a good one. It's topped out all day right around here, 990, 995. This is probably a decent short right now, giving it to this top 995. Remember, Neil and I both have to be flat before 4 o'clock. So these are not swing trades. These are just, we're just looking to make a quick scalp here in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, the Palantir is holding up right now at 23. I got into Neo in 35. Well, I got 35.34, so pennyworth of slippage is not that bad. But I got to come to Virgin Galactic. There's no getting around it. Someone asked in the chat when we came on here, what's going on in space? Richard Branson dumping is what happened here, and this is Chamath had already dumped his shares, and you can sort of see. Let's go. Quickly to the daily chart. it broke support, and I even said, look, I still own Virgin Galactic. I bought twice at 27.50, once on the way up, which was good for almost a double up. I didn't take a double up because I never hold for the top. And then when it came back again, I got back in, I scalped some of it. At this point, it's like if you believe in it, then you're basically holding on for a long time because they're a zero revenue company. And if it gets past this 22 and you really still like it, you're going to get an opportunity, I think, to get into those potential teens, right? So if we break this current support, next thing you know, there's going to be 20, which I think will give you a day trade at some point, maybe a quick little swing off of that level. But for now, we're playing off weakness. I got away from shorting it with the most ridiculously tight stop right here at the bottom at 23.50, and then just missed a spot. I thought after that fail, I really did think it was going to come up and test 24 again. It never did, so just a couple of 25 shorts that we took a buck on in the morning. It has a decent chance only because you can sometimes see range-bound action with a half an hour to go that maybe we can take a quick little long off the low of the day, if only because it's down 15%. And just to go back to Coinbase here, this 320, I mean, just continues to hold. At some point, if we don't break this, I'll take a 325 breakout long if that's what it's going to be. If we're not going to break 320 at any point today, then it's the same thing as yesterday when we made that lower high. Just kind of play the long off it because there's nothing else to do. So put that one in the toolbox and let's run away with it. And then Roblox, yeah, I see you. I saw what you're trying to do here. Yeah, you're bouncing right back. I mean, I'm sitting on the bid about a buck 25, trying to get 78.70s, and then it goes 78.86. That's far enough. Let's bounce back to the upside on Neil here. So it's trying to come back. We're well in the money on this trade. I'll give it to break even, slide my stop away from the high of the day, and just throw it at 80, and then let this one ride down to VWAP.
Yeah, Roblox, we like that trade. NEO also breaking to the downside here, so AMD testing that 83 level. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. We'll wait to see. Again, we've got to give that one a little bit lower. It looks like the NASDAQ might break. We talked about that, this bottom. I didn't think we'd come back here, but it looks like we will. Normally when the NASDAQ has this sort of a number on it, it's been pretty strong all day here. I just thought we would hold that, but maybe we're not. NEO could be a short again. I mean, again, when we're looking at these names, you got to find something that's moving because a lot of these stocks right now aren't going to go back to highs or lows or anything like that. So we need to look at stocks that are moving, and I've looked at NEO for a short for a very, very long time. You guys know that, and I think a 35 is good, man. Maybe even right here when we're about to break this 35.20. So we're going to go short on NIO, hopefully make back some of the money that we've lost or currently losing on AMD anyways. So right now, NEO for the short side coming through this 35.20 looks decent for me.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give you props on that one because let it go through. It's trying to break that 20. I mean, I just took the first little bit out of that NEO trade, and I think if it goes, play the weak names and play them downside. And had it been off that 34.60 bottom, maybe you think about a long going into that close. But I'm going to hang on to that short, going to hang on to Roblox. Palantir was just, that's too rapid of a move down not to think it wouldn't have had a snap back. And I don't love the fact here, Sean. I mean, anytime you see a move, like we've been trading long enough that if you see something like that happen, like a quick rollover, if there's going to be buyers that immediately step in, usually it's going to snap right back and not take 10 minutes or so of consolidation. A lot of times I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit of a sign for concern. So I'm going to take this one off here. I mean, I'm in a couple of short positions. I'm looking to add one in Coinbase. The market's trying to roll over, couldn't hold 14,000 on the NASDAQ. I might just take Palantir off if it breaks 95, to be honest with you. I know it's an unreasonably tight stop, but it's scalp trading and there's 30 minutes to go, and we can always look for a little something else. I haven't talked about Wilhelm yet, but we will get to that name as it's been a pretty big mover.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, my stop is at the same spot as that as well. So, okay, FUBO here, FUBO. You guys love that stock, and you should. It's been a good stock to trade, but not today. A lot of these names, man, CCIV, I mean, I'm just looking on the board. There's a lot of names that are getting crushed today, and there are a lot of these like brand new, no revenue type of name stocks here that are getting hit. FUBO TV included in that. Just a straight puke city down to the downside now. And look at this chart. I thought I fixed these charts. I guess I did not. But okay, down to 20 bucks. Like these are new lows now. FUBO through 2071 this morning was fantastic. Now you're getting this hard. Like here's that 2070 level right here. Just crashed right back to the downside. What's up, B?
Bally's Corporation, guys, was halted for quite some time. This is a news pending halt. So it just reopened in the last few minutes here. Spiked up to 61. Came all the way back into 57. So it looks like this is a lot of kind of legal jargon, but it looks like what they're doing is instead of going to the market with an offering, they're going to look for some sort of strategic investment in the company to raise equity. So a little bit of news on Bally's, guys.
cutting through the legal jargon like only Brendan can. I'm always amazed. The guy can read like a press release and then give you the goods in the matter of seconds, which is definitely a talent. I promised I'd come to Wilhelm. This happened right before, like it was in the midst of breaking back out here at about like 12:40. Made a bit of a bottom. Like it was a great short sell if you had it off of 13. I didn't, but it was in the midst of breaking out here. I got in the long, I got that first leg, I got a couple entries long because I really liked it, and then got that first out at like 68. My longs were both at like 54 and 58. So, we're about 15 cents in the money taking our first profit target, and then it slammed back down. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And then I sort of just quickly checked out thinking it looked really weak. And then this nonsense happened the minute after, and I'm like, okay, let's get away from it. And suddenly it's showing signs of strength again. So it's kind of weeding me back into a potential break here through 1260. And I kind of just feel like it never really gave you the test. Oh, there's coin.
Oh, crap, it's coin there?
Sorry, guys. Coinbase just broke that 320. Wanted to make sure that I got some orders out there to see if we can't take some profit. So a quick little scalp, and then I try to hold 2/3. And I apologize because what ends up happening is I got multiple level 2s up. And I'm talking about one, I trigger on the other. I got to be able to trade here, and I know it's not on the chart, and that's all on me for you guys. But we just got the break at 320. I always try to initially take 2/3 out for wherever it happens to be. It looks like that was like a $1.50 of a move, and then I'll just say whatever. If it breaks above 320, I'll get back out. 310 was a monster double bottom on the 1 minute on the first day. You gotta expect that's gonna be a huge hold. I'd love to see us test it because that'd be a heck of a possible reverse long or even another punch short.
Yeah, I'd like to go short some coin myself here if we could get it. So we'll just punch. I can't even punch the offer rate or the bid right now. Trying to get some shares short on coin. Looks like he just wants to go down. I completely forgot about that 320 because again we listed that, and this is what you got to do. You got to have some orders on board there. There's that coin 320 support. We wrote that in the morning with the 360 high. I mean, look at that. There it is, 360 to 320. It basically does the whole runaround there for coin. So let's see. Now we're short. We're short right now. I mean, I'm going to have a worse price, but 318.37. I think it's going to be worth it. Give it back a little bit to 322 maybe, something like that, like $4 worth of risk. Probably. I mean, we're here to make a little bit of money. Maybe, yeah, 322. Yeah, 322.75, something like that up here. This little spot right there. We'll give it to that in case Coinbase doesn't want to puke. But if it does, then we're going to be all on board. 323. Let's just call it an even 323 out. We'll average into that spot. But if we have to get out at 323, that's where we get out, guys.
Yeah, and I'll thank you for this one. We'll go with the power up. And Sean powering it up, noticing that Palantir drop. Obviously, you're going to be in position when it happened, but we finally break to the upside. I tighten the stop up, and I guess that's all it took for it to bounce a little bit. If it gets into VWAP, I'll take that profit. If I'm looking for a rubber band sort of type of trade, I really only want it to go back to the original end of the move. I don't need anything more than that little snapback of 15 to 20 cents if I'm risking 5. Brendo?
So a couple of people still wondering about QuantumScape, guys. If you remember back to this morning, we had that short seller note. Scorpion Capital came out, said they're short, the company's a fraud, yada, yada, yada. You can Google that and find it. We're holding 35 here. We're obviously at recent lows or fresh lows for QS, but what are our thoughts here on QS, guys?
Yeah,
I shouldn't have used the trailing stop on it.
I'll just reiterate. Yeah, I mean, I'll just reiterate the same stuff that I talked about earlier, and that was that. Look, I recently put a buy on QS. You guys all heard me do that. I tweeted it out. No problem telling you guys, what positions I'm taking. And then that report came out this morning, right? And it came out right when we were on the show. Thank you so much to our viewers that brought that to our attention. I logged in and got the hell out. So I got out like even late, like right around here, 37, like in this garbage right here. It did bounce back up. We saw that. And again, the rhetoric that I'm going to spill right now is basically that you need somebody that knows more about this than I do. Maybe not more than you guys do, but you need to read through the report. Is it justified? I don't know who Scorpion is. I don't know but the short sell report, there's some stuff in there. I'm going to go over it tonight as well. And again, I dumped 66, so 2/3 of my position right here. So, it's just, I don't want it to be what's happening right now. We could continue to go down, down, down. I don't know where the bottom's going to be. If you call up QS, I can't use my daily chart again, so I'll have to use another one. Here's QuantumScape right here. So again, comes from a SPAC, so we'll have to wait to see. But yeah, we could revisit 20. we don't know. This is a brand new company. They don't have revenues. They came out and said that they're not going to have revenues initially till 2025. And again, we'll read the report. But for me, for QuantumScape, if you're going to do anything, I mean, maybe at 30, do you start to dig in, knowing that it could still go to 20? But for me, we're going to wait. There's the 50 period right now is back at $50. We got to get back above. So we got to get above where that report came out at. So I bought at 41. It went to 44. I was expecting much higher. Obviously, maybe this company is a fraud. We've seen Nikola, we've seen Ride, we've seen a bunch of different things. So we're just gonna have to wait for QS. I'm not aggressive in this thing until we get back to before that report came out. So I'll buy again at 41.50, but not until then, unless we get much, much lower than here. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the day trade was tough on QuantumScape. The only thing I can say about this is my use of trailing stops will be a pain in the butt here, because I'm going to show you what eventually happened to me. We had one good short. We had a second one that was okay, tight stop. That's not the best short because I should have waited for the top at 39. When I got the rollover breakdown at 37.50, there's a couple of different stop orders we can use. You're going to see a wick up here. I use a more aggressive one that basically any print on the tape is going to trigger me. You're going to see a dark pool print goes off and I get out of it. By the time I realize it, it's like, what are you doing? I should have just jumped back into the trade at 36.50. I think at this point for the day trade, there's a shot that maybe if it goes 36.25, now that would be a good look, but it's like 75 pennies away, still showing weakness, and there's 25 minutes left. Is that going to happen before the close? I'm not too sure, but that's probably the only thing I would do. I wouldn't necessarily short through the low of the day, but if it wants to give you any kind of a snapback, I'd go ahead and look at that. Coinbase looks like it's holding this 318, but it has no bounce after that break. So I like the chance that we retest that 310. There's no chance I'd hold this short further than that 310 or even too close to it. I think there's a bounce off that price. Brendan?
All right, big mover from this afternoon. This kind of popped up late in the day. This is a little biotech pharma company that is, or they announced that they're going to announce some much anticipated data. So it's all about when you announce that you're going to announce some positive data. Just broke through $2 here for TRVN, guys, up 24%. Just broke through $2 there on a huge volume spike for that one, guys.
And that's what Brendan, I mean, look, giving the goods. Neil's already talked about that, and he just continues to deliver. Okay, here's Coinbase right now. We just took a short there. I don't know. I mean, that just ripped up against us as well. I'm flat on Coinbase today. I'm actually up $1.67, like literally $1, like a coffee. But that because we've just gone like long win, holding for more loss, long win, holding for more loss. Right now, we may just lose. We were short 318. It only went in the money about $1. We're using this 323 as our out, which may come sooner rather than later. So our average price now, 319.55. So we take, you know, a good average in there. We averaged just $1, $2 up actually to give us this price. So let's see if it falls back down. We still have that 323 as our out, which, I mean, that's a big move in the NASDAQ there. So that could have caused that move, but whatever. I mean, I still have my out. So we be disciplined and we stick with the story. Kind of like what Arun was saying, right? Oh, wow. Here we go. AMD to the upside. Yes, we're finally back in the money now. Long 83.01 goes AMD. Sorry, Neil.
No, I mean, Palantir just made a bit of a bounce as well. I just covered mine just shy of break even on Coinbase when it broke that 320. But now I have to be concerned about NEO because obviously I'm going to be short this name. And NASDAQ came back. It got first level scalp down and it comes right to this and then bounces off. So very, very similar spot to the reverse side of what Palantir looks like, where I can't let NEO break through this 35.50. Now, obviously it's been relatively weak. It doesn't matter if the market's up. This has been one of the weaker names of the bunch. And Roblox made a little bounce on me as well. So it was right at 79, about $1 in the money. It's bouncing halfway back. So I got to watch out for some of these shorts. They're not trouble yet, but they certainly could be with this market moving to the highs. Brendan?
Just had an alert on this one. Too simple just popping up through that last pivot there. It looks like on volume, trying to get back to positive on the day. TSP, yeah, opened way up here, but has done nothing but go straight down. But we're trying to get back to positive, guys, on Too Simple.
Yeah, like there's too much liquidity. There's too many names out there right now to trade, and I mean money has to go somewhere. And I really feel like you IPO today, and that's a huge move down. Like this was fantastic. We weren't sitting here. I mean this is a beautiful bottom, similar to what we saw in Coinbase yesterday, and then a pop back up here, and then again some consolidation, and then a pop up. So TSP, a great stock today. Obviously it comes open right at 11.55, so a little bit earlier than Coinbase, but it was a disaster. Like you want to talk about how bad this was. You know, you get long IPO price there, and then you're instantly out of the money, like 25%, like almost instantly here. and then it's battled all the way back. So I just feel bad for people that are getting involved. They're like, oh, this is a bad one, and then it goes down, and then the market makers basically screw around with you and bring it all the way back to the upside. But just be careful. There's too much liquidity. I think that's the problem with PaySafe. Not enough liquidity, for as many shares as there are out there. I think there's too many companies that have come to market that are looking for buyers. Like, if you're already in PaySafe, are you putting money into Square or PayPal or vice versa? If you're already in those names, are you putting new money to work right now? I just feel like, that's hit. It's hit AI, it's hit Lemonade. There's a bunch of different stocks like that have fallen down that are legitimate companies, but it's just the buyers are elsewhere or already wrapped up. Like, I don't know where the new money's coming from. It doesn't look like those stimmies are hitting the market. Yeah,
maybe it's going to consumption. So get that money into like Walmart or whatever it might be. But look, at the end of the day, we say this often that your best trade sometimes can be not that impressive. But I'll tell you, on that TSP, it opened up. I didn't take the opening print, which oddly enough wouldn't have been bad. Maybe grab a quick little buck, but it broke 41. I'm like, okay, it's going up. Let's break this 41 to the long side, and then just no bid followed it. So I'm like, out. 3 separate times in a matter of like 10, 15 cent range from like 15 to 25, and then it absolutely flushed. Like, sometimes you can just see the lack of bid to the upside on a breakout. Now, I didn't think that I would have gone short if I thought any of this was going to happen, but it is what it is. We're moving on here. I think it would seem to me unlikely it's going to make a fresh high, as much selling as there was. The volume is very muted on this move back to the upside. You're about to test 40 even. This is a long-winded way of saying I like to think about the short here. Is watching a couple of bids that are just hanging around like 39.50 has a bit of a buyer, and then you have a bit of a spread to work with as well. But I'll let it travel. I'll let it travel to that 40 range and maybe work into a position to the short side. I already have a couple on. I'm looking at Roblox that I'm still hanging on to. That's in the money. NIO is starting to creep against me, and maybe I shouldn't have taken off that Coinbase. It's testing 320 again.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that because it didn't want to break 320. It's been testing it. I'll zoom in. It's been testing it over and over and over again. I mean, how many bottoms is this right now at that 320 level? I'm debating just taking out a piece now because it's just been bouncing around there, and I think it's a little foolish for me to sit here and not take this out. I mean, like, I was short. It doesn't matter. We're short here 21, but our average price is 19.50. I was just hoping for a break here of 20, and then we would revisit 19 again, but it looks like it's holding that 20. So, I mean, I'll probably get out when it breaks upside because we haven't really tested that upside yet. And if it does, maybe we blow, but I'm still hoping that we could break back down below. So I'm holding out for that. I'm not going to cancel. I'm going to wait for it. Hopefully we get out and then we can take some 19s. And then hopefully, I mean, who knows? But after that, 17, we'll see. Those are the marks. NASDAQ made that move. We were good enough to get out of some AMD, but not out of it all. We got out of some there on the first initial break. We bought back. That's why you see me back into the profit, but it looks like it's going to be a negative trade unless we get back up to this side here on AMD today. And then Palantir, we got the move we wanted, so we got some out there. We're long at 23. We got more. This was my initial long here, 23, back around 2 o'clock. We were able to get them out around 30s and 40s. We let it break through VWAP, dance around a bit, then get some more out. I still think we retrace back, but again, if the NASDAQ doesn't go, then nothing's going to matter. And there it is. So now it's trying to go back upside right now, Coinbase. I believe it probably takes this out. I think Coinbase is a good buy. I just don't know at what level it's going to be a good buy at. So we'll put down some buy recommendations. I might step into it like around 300 if it gets down there. But right now it's not looking like it wants to even go to 300.
If it holds 310 today, I got to pick some up.
Today? You think it has a chance to go down there?
Well, I mean, you know what? I'm going to get out of this Roblox, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you get this consolidation. It's just sort of sitting in this range. You got to take profit to make money. That's a kind of an obvious thing to say, but for us, we have to be flat by the end of the day. And I do look at the higher lows being put in here, and I just don't want this to run up on me. It was a great long. I didn't capitalize fully on it, but I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. I can't believe I didn't even hit that once during that entire rant. No, I just sort of feel like when you had this little bounce, that's way too far. When you had this little bounce twice off a level like this, and then we just broke down 320, right? So I thought we're heading to at least halfway to test that 310. And so if we can hold this low another time off all the selling that's gone into this thing, it's like open dump. Same thing today, gap up, dump, dump, dump all day long, and then it only bounces off this same level. If we can hold 320 into the close, yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I mean, it's more about, do you want to be allocated to the stock in some way? So you got to buy at some point. And so I think you put in that first like 10, 15, 20%, whatever you're comfortable with, and then sort of go from there. But if it holds up, I definitely like it. I want to have Coinbase at some point. I'm not going to wait forever on it. For the day trade, I'm back to now thinking if there's a run in this thing and it could break 325, I'll take that breakout. And I'm willing to go long because 320 is now held, right? So it's broken down, only ever gave you like a buck 50, and then snapped right back. So anyone that's been holding the short and making money all day long, obviously, I might be looking to take some profit.
Yep. Okay. So I just hope we get to 310 today because we're going to be short. We are going to take a little bit out, like I said, 319 right at this level, and then we'll wait for the drop spot. But I have a feeling this may just continue to March. So we'll wait. Hopefully I'm wrong, but if we are right, it means the NASDAQ is going, so hopefully that means AMD can start to go. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to look at. QS making a move back. Wow, via C today. Is that at its lows to today? It's down 3% right now. No, I think we talked about this earlier when Greg brought this to our attention today, when it was breaking some of that Archegos bottoms there, which was like 40, 39, something like that. Now it's trying to bounce off via C right now. Yeah, still holds that 39. So this will be a spot tomorrow, I think, for us here on via C. 39. We'll see if that can hold that, but right now not doing too much. Facebook back to 307. QuantumScape trying to go. We talked about that. I do want maybe a bottom break. It would be good on QuantumScape. The bottom's still 34.22. We already made that just about 1 o'clock. Now just I mean, again, we need to find something that's going to move, right? Which is why I went back over to Fubo in the first place. I liked this break of 1920, especially. Look at this, down, down, down. Like you have the momentum. You could draw some lines here, no problem. So I think this may be a good spot now. 1935.36. Grab the short up to 50, but I'm still waiting for this 1920 to break, and I think that's going to be where we make the money on Fubo if that does happen.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me, that TSP. So, I mean, this is what it is. It's only so far you can chase this thing. So we're just talking about having some trouble getting into 40. I never got that fill. I can't say it is what it is enough, but I'm going to show you the spread here. Opened up at like 20, 25 cents, and the same thing sort of happened when I was... What did I do? That was just weird. Wait, the same thing just happened when I tried to catch some shares in front of that 40, where you start trying to get offers instead of just... maybe I should have paid a 20-cent spread. I think in retrospect, it was the right call, but at the time, it didn't seem like it was a good decision. You're going to see it roll over. I didn't think it was going to retake 40, but I wasn't aggressive enough in getting those bids in there. And you are seeing us break the fresh highs. I mean, Palantir can't seem to go, which is a bit frustrating. I'm going to go ahead and cover this NIO trade because I'm not holding this thing when we're breaking fresh highs. I've already taken a little bit of profit off of it. You're in some consolidation, and really, if you can get out, basically just about flat on the, well, I mean, to make a little bit on the trade because it got, you're going to be able to make 10 cents and you're going to get out for like a 2 or 3 cent hit. It's not a great winner. At the end of the day, we're making fresh highs and I can't sit in this neo short in good conscience. I just wish Palantir would get going. It was a good look off that sort of rubber band snap down play, but now it's just holding consolidation and doesn't want to participate. So whatever. I guess we're not going to get the big run on Palantir. It's not over yet. Not over yet. Bounces do come out in a couple of minutes. If there's a sell and bounce in Palantir, I'm gone, for sure.
Yeah, there won't be. Well, there might be. Okay, Coinbase does go back up through that 323, so we get out. So now we turn red on Coinbase today. We kept on talking about that. We were up $1.50. Now we are not. So we go out on that one. We tried it, guys. We tried to average in. I thought maybe that 320 break might have been the key there. It does come off, and it doesn't do anything. And you know what? If it wants to tank now, so be it. I may take another shot right here at 320. So if 320 breaks on Coinbase to the downside, I will try one more time, but I'm not going to hold it breaking up to the high side. So again, we got to be flat. I think that's a good play if you're long-term on Coinbase. I love the prospects of it, but for right now, for me, I'm done until it breaks 320 back to the downside. What up, B?
Overall, guys, a pretty strong close underway at the moment. You can see futures breaking to the upside as we speak. Now 1.15%. It's tech stocks leading with 10 minutes to go. Overall, though, a sell imbalance currently, guys.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that matters. I don't know that that's going to be a big deal, that sell imbalance, to be honest with you. But you have seen that in the past. When you get a bit of a strong move into the upside, you see some selling come in. It's kind of like, hey, we're rallying, just sort of hold into the close, right? And you just put that sell order in and grab it off the top. So that could be the only thing you're seeing here. Virgin Galactic did try to make that bounce, or is trying to make that bounce off lows. I don't know that it ever tested close enough to get me a good entry point. but it looks like there's at least a little bit of support for the time being. Not that I would be picking this one up. I'm going to go Coinbase 323 if it gives me enough time to make the trade. Hang on to that Palantir. I don't love that NEO too much anymore, and I just want to quickly, because I haven't touched on Tesla at least. I don't think we talked about Tesla. It's a fast 45 minutes, Sean. Sometimes I lose track of
I know.
What did we cover? What did we not cover? Well, I came in and I was like, well, I mean, Tesla off VWAP has been bouncing a few times here, and maybe that'll be worth a bit of a look. It did give you the shot. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, that's right. I put Palantir up there. So come on, Palantir. Make up for the fact that we missed out on Tesla bouncing and giving another range-bound trade. So a few days in a row, I think, since we've been doing this, Sean, it's only been, what, like a week or something, a week and a half, you've seen these like $5, $6 like scalp ranges Tesla's been able to put in for you, and it's kind of been worth it to take it as long as you don't let it break VWAP, break this 730, 731, whichever you happen to like. It's been worthwhile. So I got to start getting involved. I wrote it down and didn't do it. Next time, if I do it again, like maybe you should like slap me in the face, or I'll do like 100 push-ups or something. 740 looks like resistance. I'm going to write that down for tomorrow. But either way, I should have taken this trade if it bounced down here again. I think we'll be out of time to do it though.
I think 100 push-ups seems fair. Yeah, right.
Should have said 25.
Yeah, whatever. No, that's good.
That's
100 push-ups is great. I mean,
Yeah, I can't do that.
For me, I probably would have said 125, but
Yeah, I can't.
that's you. No, we're just playing around. Okay, we took out some AMD, and it's funny because Neil, you said that, and I saw someone on the chat say, and you said it about NEO, and I think they were just talking about what the same thing you were, and that was like the market's ripping here, but yet some of these stocks aren't going up. And we talked about Palantir. You have that NEO trade, and I have AMD, and it's the same thing. Like we're ripping right now. The Nasdaq is ripping, and some of these stocks are not. So I think it's prudent to clear out any of these stocks that we have on board right now that simply are not moving, right? So that makes sense to me. So we're going to see about clearing some of these off right now, and then just maybe play the downside. But we do have imbalances coming out. We can look at New York right now quickly just to see what's on board here. So, okay, a whole bunch of nothing. I don't really know many, like NRZ, Nielsen there, VRT we've talked about, XOM, Pinterest on the sell side. We could see if that's coming off a little bit now. No, see, I mean, nothing. These imbalances really right now don't seem to be affecting anything, but there goes the NASDAQ, so maybe we got something here.
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to check in on pins on the sell side of that. I mean, what was it, like 800,000 in
sell?
On 6.3 million worth of shares. I'm not just interested because I own Pinterest. It's just sometimes you see it's significant enough. Is the stock moving? If the stock isn't moving, and what you think is a significant imbalance, who cares? You move on. It's not like nothing doing. Like it should have had some kind of a reaction. It did not. I'm still looking at coin. I still have pounds here. NEO actually never broke that 35.50. I think there we go. It just made the run. I got 32s there. Let's see if there's enough juice maybe to get like a quick scalp trade on that one. But with only 8 minutes to go, I grabbed some NEO. I'm hopefully going to get into a Coinbase trade. We had one short for you that worked out. I had to take the quick hitter on Roblox as well. I'd like to get something running a little bit, but of course, grab the NEO again, and it does not go. So we got long at 52s. Hopefully it can hold 40. Hopefully I can get Coinbase with 7 minutes to go. What a fast 45 minutes it turned out to be.
And the new undisputed champion of the world, Bitcoin, continues its march, man. 63.5 right now. So if you're not excited about this, we're making new highs. It's not going to be all-time. What just happened there? It's all-time highs are still, I believe, 65, 64.9. We can find out that exactly, but we are making that move. We just made a run up here. As you see, NASDAQ making a run, Bitcoin making a run as well. So if you did want to trade anything, I mean, I recommend, I've been saying it forever, BTCC.B here in Toronto has been following Bitcoin like perfectly. That's the point of it. It's the purpose ETF. So you see it straight to the upside, and ever since it's come out, it's been a nice little run. You can watch that. But GBTC, shout out to Jeff Mendel, who was on our show earlier, Vice President of the OTC markets. They have a good product, the Grayscale product. So again, you know, it has its gaps, it has its plays, but that's the daily range. And then here on the minute chart, a big dump down to 52. Now you're ripping to the high side here, as so does Bitcoin. What up, B?
Yeah, it's interesting to see, guys. The futures, as we said, rallying into the close, but there's a lot of weakness, underlying weakness here. Have a look at the cruise lines here. I just pulled up NCLH. Day lows, RCL, CCL, similar. AAL as well, some of the airlines, day lows, but the market very strong.
Why is that? Was there a report on the cruise lines this morning? I might have missed that because I don't even remember what we weren't even trading CCL this morning. There's so many tech names on fire, but down to 27 now and change. CCL, yeah, down that 2 and a bit percentage points. That's a bit weird, yeah, on a day like this. But I guess, again, when the NASDAQ rallies, guys, it's just a change in risk, right? People are back into the growth stocks and a little bit out of the reopening stock here with CCL, I guess. NCLH, you talked about that. Maybe Delta American as well. We can check in on those when we get back. But yeah, I don't see a trade here. But yeah, CCL off this bottom. This could be interesting tomorrow, 27.
Yeah, I mean, just going to note here, and a good look there, Cincinnati Video Guru. I mean, you're seeing a bit of a bounce. I'm looking at Morgan Stanley because you were waiting on for them to report. And, well, I also have them as well. But look, they're making a bit of a move. I just want to show you a couple of other names because remember WFC? Yeah, come on, load. There we go. A little bit stronger of a look here post sort of actually, they already had their strong numbers. We're right at that 42 level. Now, if you go back to the open, this is the exact price. And I'm not saying we're going to turn around here. I mean, 42.20, exactly where it failed, right at 9:30 and then flushed. So there's a bit of like a kill zone with like 5 minutes to go. If we retake and start rolling over, I mean, how do I not look at this? How do I not look at this and go, forget it, I'm actually going to see if we can pick some more. There we go. 42.14 to the south side. NEO didn't go anywhere on that break of 50. I got 52s. It's at 50 and doing nothing. Palantir trying to hold above 23. I'm just going to have to take Palantir off. And if it's only going to be like a 3-cent win on the last of my shares, think I was going to do better, whatever. I'll just take the winner. I'll take the small win because I'm running out of time here. It's just a risk-reward thing. I mean, if WFC breaks 42.20, breaks that level, I can get out for a 5-cent hit. If the market rolls over, I definitely like the chance that we could have like that late selling like flush. Although we've seen rallies right into the close. I don't see any imbalances that scare me on any of the banks, but you never know. This one could break the high, and I should be reversing into a long immediately. We'll see.
Yeah, we're getting close now with only 3 minutes to go or 4 minutes to go now. I'm getting out, so we're basically out of everything. Palantir was a fine trade for us. There's no doubt about that. We were long here at 23. We got out on the high side. Then it dipped down like a rocket there, like just opposite of a rocket. Yeah, like a rocket falling out of the sky. And then we got long again, and then we're just out here like 12s, 11s, 10s, so on and so forth. Brendan, give us one last thing.
There's one definitely closing on the strong side, guys. Back to vaccine world. BNTX, day highs, in fact, as we speak, with 3 minutes to go here, and volume coming in on the buy side for BioNTech, guys.
Oh,
okay, yeah. I mean, Palantir upside, we're still 8 cents in the money. It's going to be a good close regardless. The NASDAQ made that huge move up, and you're looking on right now. We can check out the NASDAQ imbalances here quickly. That is the New York, so you guys can have a quick look. And in here is NASDAQ. Let's sort it by size. TLT, so that's nothing. Apple, well, Treasury, but Apple there looking to go down or upside there with a nice little bid. We can see what that's going to do in a minute here. AAPL, let's have a quick look here. I didn't link my chart. I got to do that next time. So there's a bid for Apple. Yeah, it's starting to go up a little bit here. So, but of course that number just came out, so not too much effect. Nice to see Apple up that 1.8%.
Yeah, and I see someone like take a look at Rocket. What are we doing here? What is happening? A little slow on the loading of the charts today. This has actually been, it's interesting. I should like reboot my PC or something. Just looking at Rocket, and I saw this little like spike up, and this is what I sort of saw on the offer. Immediately, it spikes up. You get a big seller in there. Look, if I see that, I like jumping in front of it, take a quick little shot there. I can tell you that Coin, for a split second, it broke that 325 and then came right back. So I basically lose what was the spread, which is 30 pennies. But like I saw that seller at 68 when I went to Rocket. And apologies if someone's like, oh my God, let's go long. I saw it snap back. I saw someone selling at 68. I jumped in at 67. I only have 2 minutes to go here, but that is my out. If it breaks 68, I'm just gonna buy back. And if that was a fake order or whatnot, there's still plenty of liquidity above there. So every now and then we're gonna get a look like that. It also happens to be the higher this other high that it put in earlier on in the session. So we like these quick little scalp trades if we can. I'm gonna see if I have enough time to make it work. WFC doesn't look like it wants to go. If it breaks 20, there it does. I'm out. Last trade of the day is gonna be this quick little shot in Rocket. Probably gonna lose like 2 cents on it, trying to make 10, but that's all in the game for a day trader.
Yeah, I'm going to get out right now on Palantir as well. If we could put this 10 cents in up, there it is, we're out. So that's a 10-cent win there on PLTR just to end the day. Happy with it, very happy. But, you know, again, it just we don't have too many winners here this afternoon, but thank you for watching. It's been a good day. We're super happy with it. AMD did fall down. Did it finally go back up? Nah. So, again, a little bit of profit there. We're going to be negative on this stock. I think AMD, again, I'm not sure what the action is right now, but we were up huge today, man, 5.4%. That was one of those swing trades that we made yesterday. AMD and NVIDIA and Square. Let's check out what Square is going to end the day at now. With only a minute and a half left, Valeria will be ringing the bell, but Square's still up that 2%. Was higher today, obviously, way up higher. 266 and change. We had the 264 break at the beginning of the day. That was a good trade in here. 264, that's $1. And then upside, that's $2.50. So that was a big trade for us on Square to start the day.
Yeah, and they're starting to take out that order. So I'll do my little part at 68 and just get it. I'm going to be flat on the session. So it looks like Roblox was the best of the bunch, and then there was a little bit of Coinbase action for you there. But heading into the end of the day, certainly, I mean that was rocket for you. Looks like it made a strong move. We'll have to watch out for this in the AM because that's a strong move off the bottom for this name, guys.
Yep, rocket. Okay, and we have Valeria getting ready for the bell. Not ready yet, though, Ms. V. We still have 30 seconds to go. We can check quickly back on any of these imbalances just to see if anything is happening. Now, MGM, their GE, still a small little buy, so not doing much. But yeah, guys, look, wow. We talk about that being the fastest 45 minutes, but I mean, feels like it's 15 minutes, that's for damn sure. With only 10 seconds to go now, Ms. V is on the bell. She's going to be ringing that with only No. With only 5 seconds to go, Ms. V. Now we go 3, 2, 1. Now hit that bell and we are closed. Brendan, that was an exciting day.
Yeah, basically session highs, guys, for a lot of individual names. Nicely positive right across the board here for the markets. The first time, in recent memory, we've had all three up about 1%. The Dow lagging slightly there, 0.92, but 1.1 for the S&P, a record high. The Nasdaq, 1.5. This is also a record high for the Dow today, it looks like, as well. 0.8% for the TSX, and so on down the list. We did it again. It was a very positive day. Lots of interesting plays, at least today. We'll talk about that TSP again, I feel, tomorrow. That app as well. Bit of a mess, but what can you expect from IPOs these days?
Yeah, it was certainly an ugly one. I have to point out here, because it's absolutely hilarious, that Roblox decided to finally flush into 79, like right after the market closed. Nasdaq opened right in the highs. Everything on the highs of the day. It's been a fun show, certainly, and we want you guys to tune in back in the morning, because there will be a lot to cover. We still have some bank earnings to get to as well, Sean.
Yeah, we can't, end the show without saying a big thank you to our production side. Robbie, Lucas, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for once again another fantastic show. And look, we'll be back tomorrow. There's, more earnings. We talked about those before, and it was a fantastic day today. Congratulations to everybody long at least something in the Nasdaq, as it was a monster day, and the S&P as well, up that 1.09%. For that man, Neil Roberts, for Brendan Wickens, for Valeria, I'm right here too. I'm Sean Katina. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. We'll see you at 8:30. Ciao.
Bye, guys.